Hello everybody, Wolfpack here, and welcome to Simulation Sitrep number 1. Well, that is the pending name anyway. This is a weekly news show that I want to start doing where I cover the latest in simulation news. I aim for the videos to be around 6 to 15 minutes long, depending on how much news there is that week, and I want to cover really news regarding a lot of the games we play on this channel. I got the idea after doing the news video regarding U-Boat going to PlayStation and Xbox, and I figured a format like this would be interesting. Still ironing out some of the little details about it, but I hope you all enjoy. Our first story is going to be about Gunner Heat PC. The flagship tank in Gunner Heat PC, the M1 Abrams, has been overhauled. The commander's weapon station is now operational, letting you utilize the 50 caliber machine gun. The gun is much more intricately detailed and useful for engaging enemy helicopters, light APCs, and of course suppressing infantry. The damage model for the Abrams has also been completely overhauled, making it much more detailed and dynamic. The M1 Abrams is no longer a massive bullet sponge, and you'll have to think a little bit harder about your armor facing and such. The devs also confirmed that they are working on other controllable heavy machine guns, such as the remote-controlled commander's weapon station on the T-64. These will be added to Gunner Heat PC when they are deemed ready. This patch also includes brand new sound effects such as creaking and groaning as you make hard turns in your vehicles, making the soundscape much more lively. Dozens of other optimization and graphical improvements have been added to the game as well. Heading over to IL-2, the IL-2 devs have been hard at work and have showcased something very impressive for IL-2 Flying Circus, an AI-controlled Type R Zeppelin. A total of 17 R-class Zeppelins were built during the war, and they primarily focused on operations over England and maritime patrols in the North Sea. I'm thinking that this sort of Zeppelin would pair nicely with a channel map like we have in Rise of Flight. However, we'll have to make do with the Western Front map we have now. Regardless, operations attacking the numerous Zeppelin sheds spread across the map will be fun, or defending these monstrous Zeppelin sheds. I'm very happy to see that Flying Circus is still getting some love by the IL-2 developers. Personally, the World War I aerial dogfights are some of the most dynamic and fun I have in flight simulation. I'm curious if the devs will address some other long-standing issues with IL-2 Flying Circus with the rollout of this R-class Zeppelin. I should also mention that the Zeppelin is AI controlled only, so no 24-hour long missions for us. More news from the IL-2 devs as they continue to work on their Korean War project, the LA-11. The LA-11 is one of the best piston engine aircraft the Soviets developed during the Second World War, and it has gotten its own dev diary. Multiple pre-rendered images have been posted showing off the detailed cockpit of this Soviet workhorse. The next step is to see the LA-11 in the game engine and flying about. I am certain we will see that soon. Let's keep talking about piston engine aircraft, shall we? We have some new updates from the Combat Pilot team. For those of you that don't know, Combat Pilot is a World War II Pacific flight sim that is currently in development. It is initially going to be centered around the Battle of Midway. A new alpha build has been released for Patreon supporters of Combat Pilot to check out. One of the core features of this build is the sim's custom Entropy FM physics engine. It also adds VR support, which I'm sure many pilots are happy to see. As of now, you can fly the A6M20 and also a Wildcat. Both aircraft have textured interiors and everything. They look fantastic, and I'm excited for Combat Pilot. Personally, I do think Combat Pilot is the most exciting flight sim project in the works. It has been so long since we have had a proper Pacific flight sim. So be sure to wishlist the Combat Pilot carrier qualification over on Steam, and check out their Patreon if you haven't. I will have a video coming out soon going over the new Patreon build, as I'm a big fan and looking forward to see what the devs do next. Sticking with the Second World War theme, the folks over at Microprose have finally released a dev blog covering one of, if not the most anticipated games they have in development, B-17 Flying Fortress: The Bloody 100th. This game, believe it or not, was announced over 5 years ago now, and there has been very little information regarding this game since then. However, this dev blog shares some insight on how crew management and their new dynamic damage systems will work. Damage will cascade and spread through various systems, and you will be able to see exactly what is failing. And you personally are going to have to decide what to fix, what to shut down, and what to risk. One of my favorite aspects about combat flight sims is being in a damaged aircraft and nursing it back home. And it definitely looks like Microprose is taking that aspect of B-17 Flying Fortress very, very seriously in this latest edition. Additionally, they did go over crew management. It looks like your crew is going to get more experience, more confident, and calmer under fire as you complete more and more missions. So this is pretty interesting as well. I'm looking forward to B-17 the Flying Fortress. I'm excited to finally get some proper news on it, and I will be sure to keep you all updated when more news arrives. Sticking to the skies, DCS World is continuing to publish updates regarding the much anticipated MiG-29 Fulcrum. Wags over at Eagle Dynamics released a very in-depth 51-minute video overviewing many of the Fulcrum's navigation and landing systems. In the comments section of the YouTube video, he also mentioned the devs are aiming for a release this month, but can't confirm an exact date until testing is complete. Regardless, the full fidelity MiG-29 appears to be close to its early access release. I'm happy to finally get some Red 4 aircraft and DCS to really flesh out the Cold War period, but are you excited to see the Fulcrum? DCS World War II is getting an interesting update as well. Ergra Media, the creators of the DCS Normandy 2.0 map, are adding a winter version of the map to the game. Overall, the winter textures look good. Ergra Media has posted multiple videos over on their YouTube channel showcasing the new map in action. Taking to the seas for a bit, in a surprising development, there have been a couple of small patches for Destroyer the U-Boat Hunter. This game puts you in command of a Fletcher-class destroyer during the Second World War, and the devs have been very radio silent for a while, working on their brand new game Sherman Commander, but it looks like in the background they have released some fixes for Destroyer the U-Boat Hunter. Some bugs that have been in the game for a while now have finally been fixed. The U-boats will now submerge when illuminated by star shells. The star shells will slowly come down. Texture fixes for some of the UI elements, and also corrected the VFX for the 5-inch guns. These patches are rather small, but in my opinion have been necessary for a while. I'm interested to see if Iron Wolf Studio will continue to update Destroyer the U-Boat Hunter, especially while they are working on their new game, Sherman Commander. As I said, Sherman Commander does have a playtest ongoing right now, so be sure to check that out if you have not seen that yet. Our last story for today covers something a little bit different. I wanted to cover the first-person shooter Hell Let Loose. I frequently stream Hell Let Loose over on Twitch, and I'm looking forward to the upcoming Vietnam title, which is reportedly releasing next year. In the meantime, though, the devs are continuing to work on their World War II title. The latest dev brief showed off a brand new map that expands the Eastern Front, Smolensk. The city of Smolensk fell to the German army in 1941 during Operation Barbarossa, and the new Hell Let Loose map is set in 1943. During Operation Suvorov, when the Red Army aimed to clear the Germans from Smolensk and Bryansk. The map features a variety of terrain, from destroyed urban ruins and train yards to rural stretches along the Dnipro River. It appears to be a middle ground between the incredibly urban city of Stalingrad map and the flat fields of Kursk. It sounds like it'll be an exciting map to play on, fleshing out the Eastern Front even further. This map is anticipated to release in November, following a rework to the Stalingrad map. Well, folks, I hope you all enjoyed that video. Let me know what you would like to see change, any feedback about this particular format. Personally, I think it's interesting and gives me a bit of flexibility with what I'm doing on the channel. Anyway, folks, if you liked the video, please be sure to leave a like and comment, as it really does help out the channel. But until next time, this is Wolfpack345 signing off, and I'll see you all on the next one.